Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Soul Messenger Tarot 369. I am Brittany. I am super excited to announce to you today our very first ever spiritual warfare box. You can also call it a magician's kit, okay? I feel like. Or an ascension toolkit, all right? But ultimately, it is a carefully curated box of spiritual goodies, okay? I have chosen specifically for a very specific reason and purpose every item in this box. And I have an Etsy shop that I am going to put the link in the description box below that you can go and purchase one of these boxes for yourself. Okay, so the very first thing I want to show you is what you see, okay, when you open the box. This is what it looks like. All right, and there's over 21 pieces in this kit. Okay, first and foremost, we have water. Okay, this is very important when you are doing any kind of spiritual ascension, spiritual warfare, things like that. It's very important to stay hydrated, okay? So there's a bottle of water in here, and obviously it's going to take you a lot more water than this. It's just meant to be a reminder, okay? We have a box of tarot cards. Now, this currently is the Kitten Tarot, and it may change, okay, as whatever is available, okay, comes. So there's that. There is sage, and I wrapped it up in this nice little tissue paper just to try to make sure that it lasts the voyage. A cute little shell. And how this works is, okay, you can take your Palo Santo, you light it, you put it in the shell, and then you take your feather and you whiff, okay, the smoke all over the room, right? And you can do the same thing with the sage, okay? Same thing with the sage. You light it, you whiff it, all right? And you can do it with the lavender as well, okay? Just pour a little bit in there. Comes with a lighter, okay? So you just light it up and you whiff, okay? And this is called, what is it? I can't even remember now. Smudging, that's what it's called, smudging, right? Okay, so you can go around and smudge the entire house, okay? Clear and cleanse the energy throughout your entire house. Open the windows, okay? Open the windows to let the bad energies out. And you just say, as you go along throughout the whole process, you say a little prayer, a little mantra, just to set your intentions, asking God, spirit, ascended masters, to help you to remove all negative energies and entities, from your space, okay? This is also just good, you don't have to use it just for smudging. You can use it for everyday use, if you want to do a tarot read. This is just about connecting with spirit, right? Okay, again, you can do this in many different ways. This is just one way that I have put in as a reminder, okay, for you. And we have a candle, okay, a little white candle, all right, that you can light. Again, you can put it in the shell if you like, okay? And this is just, yes, you can do candle magic, you can do divination, light the candle, watch the flame, get mesmerized, okay? Get into the spiritual realm, meditate a little bit. You can also ask, right, to again, clear, cleanse, purify your energy, the energy around you, return to sender, okay? All negative energies and entities, all evil eye, okay? There's a little evil eye gem in here as well, okay? Dream catcher, all right? Again, this is, you can build, this is just like a beginner's kit, okay? You can build upon this in whichever way you choose, okay? But again, like I said, this is just meant to be kind of a beginner's kit for you. And so you have a little dream catcher here. This is something that you want to have, okay, in your room, preferably above your bed. And it just helps, you know, to catch negative entities, you know, protect you while you're sleeping, kind of thing. Okay. We have this cute little, it's seed paper, you know, it's the paper with the seeds infused, and you plant it, water it, and watch it grow. All right. And it says plant good seeds on there, because this is to remind you, okay, that you should be getting out into nature. Okay. Go out in barefoot and plant this in a garden or anywhere, really. Okay. But get your hands dirty, get digging in the dirt, you know, get in touch with the elements, earth, wind, water, fire, earth, air, right? Okay, this is part of the curation of this box. It has every element. Okay, we have fire, we have, right, we have fire, we have water, we have, you know, our earth, and wind, you know, when you blow out the candle, and also wind, scent, you know, smell, it's in the air. Okay, this particular one is frankincense. This is another one of those things that's going to change, okay, depending on the availability. If you have a specific scent that you would like, you can request it, and if I have it, I will include it. But otherwise, it's just going to be, you know, first come, first serve, whatever randomly chosen scent there is. And there's like over 25 different scents. This one is frankincense. I chose this one specifically to do for the video because I love, you know, the idea of, you know, like in the Bible, there's frankincense and myrrh. You smell this, okay, and now you know what frankincense smells like, because, you know, you hear so much about it, but who the hell actually knows what it is or what it does? So anyway, I thought that was interesting because that's one of the available scents. Okay, and so this is also important because you're planting good seeds in that what you're doing, right? Anytime that you are engaging in anything spiritual, you always want to do it, okay, for the best and highest good to all and harm to none. You want to do it with the best of intentions, okay? You want it to be from a good place, because otherwise, you know, it's going to come back on you. So again, now would be the time where I give my my warning, right? Whatever happens, okay, as a result of you purchasing and using this box, that is up to you, okay? I am not responsible for whatever happens as a result of you engaging in any kind of spiritual activity whatsoever. All right, that's your warning. Right? Use at your own risk. But ultimately, this is meant to help you to ascend, help you to enlighten you, help you to engage, okay, in spiritual warfare to reclaim and regain your sovereign soul. All right, so it is also meant to help you, you know, to recognize your enemies, but we'll get to that. Okay, so this is planting good seeds. Okay, so again, everything you do, you want to do with the best of intentions, with good intentions. You want to plant good seeds wherever you go, physically and spiritually, right? Metaphorically. Okay, so everything you do with good intentions, and you plant good seeds and you watch them grow. And no matter how long it takes, right, you have the patience to plant the seeds and wait for them to come to fruition. Okay, this is important. Okay, then we have like a little shower bomb. It could also be a bath bomb, but I got shower bombs because not everybody has a bathtub, and that's okay. Also, these will be, you know, randomly selected, chosen, whichever one, you know, is available is the one that you will get in your box. But they're great for like a spiritual bath, okay, or a spiritual shower. All right. Again, we've got, you know, like the scents and things here. It's all, oh God, I can't remember the word now. Aromatherapy kind of stuff. Okay, this is very good for your spiritual health. Okay, you know, having good natural like scents and smells, and again, you know, clearing and cleansing. Okay, doing like a cleansing bath, a spiritual cleanse. Okay, and in every little box you'll have a little thank you card, and I think I'm going, it's not here yet, but I think I'm going to get a link, like a QR code or whatever for this video, and I'll put it on here, okay? So when you get your box, you can just scan it and go right to the instruction video, in case you need a refresher. Okay, so then we have our gems, all right? And again, this is just a beginner level, okay? So we have our selenite, or selenite, however you want to say it, and obsidian, all right? This helps to absorb negative energies, okay? And this helps to, like, helps you to have a clearer connection with spirit, okay? I believe maybe cleansing too. But there's so many different, okay, like gems and things. You can build upon this in a million different ways, however you like. Whatever, you know, whatever speaks to you, whatever you connect with, you know. And then as far as gems go, we also have a little bracelet. Again, this will change in every box depending on what is available. This one has the lapis lazuli, okay? And it's just a cute little bracelet that you can wear, all right? Then we have incense, okay? I've included one of these in every box. And it's very easy. You just put the incense in the little hole right here, all right? And then you light it, and you let it burn, and then you blow it out, and it burns all the way down, okay? And it smells good, has a good smell. There's 5 different incense sticks in here in every box, all right? And then we have this. It's a tuning fork. This is actually a teeny tiny tuning fork, okay? Again, it's just beginner's level, okay? It is to remind you and for you to build upon on your own about frequencies and vibration, okay? So how you work this particular one, or any tuning fork in general, is basically you just tap it, all right? Tap it on a table. It works best if you do it on metal. Metal on metal is best. But you can just tap it, okay? And then it vibrates. And I don't know if you can hear it or not. I'm gonna try and like, I don't know if you can hear that. But even I can't hear it as it is right now. In order for me to hear it, I have to put it like up to my ear in just the right way. And that's just because it's kind of small. But you can get bigger ones, and you can get all different kinds of frequencies, okay? But again, this is just to remind you, to give you a starting point, to listen to high frequencies, you know, high vibrational things. You know, there's lots and lots of videos on YouTube of, you can listen to like, you know, 432 hertz or megahertz or gigahertz or whatever the heck it is, right? This is like the frequency of truth, okay? And then there's like the 888 frequency of abundance and all that, right? Okay. Ultimately, you know, this is something that you can listen to in meditation or by itself, and you can do it for, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you want, right? It's up to you. This is the final piece, and it is, I'd say, the most important and significant, because I don't think that you're going to find this anywhere else, because this is something that, you know, was given to me by Spirit a long time ago. It is really what I think kind of pushed me over the edge, physically, okay, vibrationally maybe, into, you know, like my third eye opening, awakening. So again, be cautious. I would not use this for more than like 15 minutes a day. But it's a secret, okay? This is occult hidden knowledge of occult hidden knowledge, okay? So here it is, okay? I've waited a long time actually to bring this information to you. You know, I had to wait until Spirit gave me the go-ahead, gave me the okay, and here we are. So it's a magnet. I know it doesn't seem like much, right? This one has a sticker on it. Eventually the sticker's gonna fall off, okay? But basically you just put it right over your third eye, Okay, and you just let it sit there. All right, you just let it sit there. And you can meditate like this, you can listen to the frequencies like this, but ultimately, you know, what you're doing is, you know, you already have like an electromagnetic force field. Okay, we all have it. The earth has it. And so what you're doing too is like magnetically attracting, okay, things towards you. And if you are listening to and doing high vibrational things like I've just, you know, shown you here, then you will be attracting, okay, you will be magnetically drawing in more of the same. Okay, so yeah, and you can, you know, if it loses its stick, just, you could get like, you know, like a headband or whatever, right, to hold it up there, whatever. And obviously, if you have any kind of like negative side effects or anything like that, don't, you know, stop using it. Okay. And, you know, consult a doctor. But this is the secret. Okay. So there's that. All right. Then just to give you, you know, like a little place to start. All right, you wanna pray, okay? You wanna put your intentions out there to spirit. You wanna request assistance from spirit, you know, your angels, ascended masters, spirit guides, all these things, right? Ancestors. And I think one of the best and most effective spiritual warfare prayers is to reveal my enemies seen and unseen, known and unknown. And you can even say, reveal and defeat my enemies seen and unseen, known and unknown. Okay. You can also say, I revoke all spiritual contracts entered into knowingly or unknowingly. All handlers must release me, and all evil eye go blind. I call all of my power back to me throughout all space and time. And then you have, you know, the general tried and true return to senders, okay? You also want to be looking for signs and synchronicities, okay? If you see the same number repeating over and over and over and over again, this could be a sign, you know, of spirit trying to speak to you, trying to interact with you. If you feel a buzzing vibration, you know what I mean? Like, that means it's working, basically. Okay, you're opening up. Another thing that is important to remember here is when you're hungry, eat. When you're thirsty, drink. When you're tired, sleep. Engaging in spiritual battle, okay, is not for the weak, physically or mentally or spiritually, right? You have to have the willpower. You have to have a certain level of knowledge and know-how, but you can also pray, you know, for God to lead you to the right information where and when you need it, you know, to help you along your journey. Whatever you need, you know, spirit will provide it for you, including information, in divine timing. But you have to do your part as well, right? Okay. Do not neglect yourself. When you're hungry, eat. When you're thirsty, drink. Like I said, you know, drink your water. Take care of yourself, okay? And drink lots of water, because you're going to be clearing a lot of toxins, okay? Not just from your body, but from your energy. And this does require a lot of water. We are mostly water. So it really helps to keep you in the right physicality, if you are staying hydrated. And when you're tired, sleep. This is something, especially in the very beginning for me of my like spiritual awakening, I really did not have a lot of control over it. There were just periods where I felt like I was just being turned down, you know what I mean? Like where I didn't really have the choice, that you know, like I just got tired and fell asleep. And so, you know, it was like I had to sleep. And so again, you need, your body needs sustenance, you need water, and you need sleep. And so also with the spiritual warfare stuff, you may end up you know, being woken up in the middle of the night, and you know, and so you might have a hard time you know, the next day. So allow your body the rest that it needs, and make sure that you are getting enough sleep, even if you have to take naps. Okay, so again, I have an Etsy shop. I will put the link in the description box below. These are going to be up for sale starting, I guess, right now. Right, I would say right now we're in like the pre-order stage, okay, because I have everything I need to fill an order, but I have no idea how many orders we're going to get. So you know, place your order. I will get to it as soon as possible. It was also much appreciated if you could like, share, and subscribe to the video and or the channel as a whole to help us grow. And also, you know, now that we do have this, you know, this item available, you know, share this video so that others can you know, can get the help that they need, stepping into their spiritual power and engaging in their own spiritual battle to fight for their spiritual sovereignty. Right? We need more people, okay? We need more people to awaken. We need more people to be engaging, okay, in the spiritual warfare. And again, you know, even if you order this box once, you can order it again and again and again. Whenever you run out, you know, when you run out, order it again, and the next time it comes, you know, these will always be the same. The lavender, the sage, you know, the shell, the feather, certain things will always be the same, but other things may have changed, okay? So you'll get a new one, and you get to try lots of different things. And I may or may not set up the shop so that you know, you can buy individual items as well. That may be something that I come to in time. Right now, this is my focus, and it's going to be a price point of, I think, about $55 is where I'm at right now. Like I said, plus shipping and handling. So it's got over 21 pieces in it. Okay, I've done my best to try to keep the cost low. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot in here, and most of all, the information, right, that I'm giving to you here is what's most important. This is just a way for you to be able to interact, and I said in the beginning, it could be considered like a magician's kit too, because you're taking all the elements, okay? You have earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. You are the fifth, you know, the fifth element, the fifth thing. You are spirit. You are what brings it all together and connects it to the spiritual realm, and your intentions, right? They matter, okay? And you know, when you are engaging, when you are using all of these elements, okay, you become a master of all the elements, a magician, a master of yourself, okay? And that is, you know, ultimately the goal here, okay? Also, this is about ascension as well, right? This is the beginning point, but you want to go higher and higher in your knowledge, in your, you know, in your frequency, and all of that. And so one of the ways that you can do that is, I do a lot of tarot videos. And a lot of what I focus on, sometimes it's just random, you know, energy check-ins and things like that, but a lot of what I do is the moon readings and the portal readings, okay? These are important because they are essential to the ascension process. We also take a look at the astrological energies, okay, and how they're, you know, how they play in to help give us some guidance, okay, on what we should be focusing on, things like that. So I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form, okay? And again, you know, as always, I hope if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time, and that if you haven't already, you will grab a box from the Etsy shop, and you know, join in. And I'd love to get your comments, okay? Reviews, whatever. What do you think about it, even after, you know, having watched the video? Do you think that it's a good price point? Do you think that it's a good idea? Do you think that I've covered, you know, all the bases? Have I done a good job? Do you like the items? You know, things like that. All right, so hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.